Good morning, everyone. And this is Vivian de Guzman, #1 Money Magnet Activator and Human MRI. And welcome to our regular TV show, My Spiritual GPS. So, all of us have our stories, all of us have a destination where we want to go, and all of us also have baggages that we have to clear. So, with all those 3 points in mind, we are going to talk about today why creating your own economy is important in this climate, right? There's the pandemic that started, the lockdown and the quarantine, and now there's a lot of things going on. Riots, racism is being brought up into the surface, and the system itself is being questioned. So the question is, how are you doing in your financial goals? How are you doing with your money? Today, I have invited special people in this TV show, allowing you to really know what's going on behind the scenes in these people's lives. And these are my clients in my 90-day success program. And I am so honored to be part of their journey because they, of course, came in with some form of a symptom. Sometimes it's a pain, a physical pain. Sometimes it's just emotionally and mentally, they're so confused and they don't know where to go anymore because it's a recurring pattern of old habits and behaviors coming up, and they just can't seem to get where they need to go. So today, I would like to welcome Miss Joanne McTowell. Hello, Miss Joanne. She is
Hi, again.
good morning. So she's the owner of an online business platform called Venus Beauty. So tell us a little bit about that Venus Beauty. What is it about?
Okay, Venus Beauty is actually the name of the company that I created when I finally decided to carry skincare. Initially, I was just selling skincare products, which I imported from different countries in Asia, mainly in the Philippines. So it's more
Yeah.
on like skincare products, any hair care products. Yep.
So I remember you were introduced to me by, again, another friend and client of mine, Pam Raynon, right? And we'll bring her up in a few minutes here. But Pam knew you in church. I think you guys went to church together, right? How did my name come about? Because I believe you were having some back pain. The first time I saw you, you said, my back is hurting. You were interested in some kind of class, like a chakra clearing class. Was that the one? And then somehow your schedule and my schedule didn't quite happen. And I even told Pam, no, she's not ready. I don't want to see her right now. And then finally, your name came across again while I was scrolling down my phone. And I said, oh, now I think she's ready. Let me give her a call. So somehow you had some back pain. Tell us a little bit about your back pain. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
did
had
you finally get help?
yeah, I met Sam because we go to the same church. So every now and then, yeah, we talk with each other. And at one point, we had this big event, and I couldn't join them because I had uh, I don't call it injury, but it's due to my baking thingy that I was doing the past year. So the doctor says that it's an osteoarthritis, and then he
Wow,
told me
at your age, you're so young.
I'm only 41, but and I went to therapy and chiropractor and everything. That pain still keeps on going nonstop. It would go on and off, on and off. So anyway, so Pam introduced me to you because I was having an issue. I was dealing with some kind of issue at that point, and then Pam says, "You know what? I know a friend. She's
Yeah.
really good. She will be able to help you. Yeah, she can, well, I told her about the chakra thing that I'm into. I've been
Right.
practicing this feng shui
Mm,
some traditions and everything. And at one point, and then one day she went here at home, and then I held her hold this. I told her that I'm into these kinds of crystals, and she said, "You know what? I have this friend, so you should meet her." Because
yeah.
I have really an interest in chakras. I said, "Okay," but my main reason was only for my back pain to go away. So I just
Right. Right. And then I saw you the first time, right, privately for a private session. And then what happened after that? What happened to your back pain?
I was it totally disappeared. The following day, I woke up like, oh my gosh, and I was really having that for the past 6, 7 months. Every morning couldn't get up. It's this
Wow.
time I have to ask my husband to pull me out from bed. Otherwise I'll
Wow.
be laying in bed the whole day. That's how bad it
Right.
was.
And
Yeah.
it's interesting because what people think the cause of back pain is never the cause of back pain, right? So obviously, is it okay we share with people like some of just the generalities of ancestral stuff that we
Uh-huh.
process, the heavy weight that you've been carrying because you just care for your family so much. And by the way, that is a common thread in Filipinos, right? We make money here in America and we send pretty much everything back home. Uh, and I introduced you and Pam to Up Level 2020. So, Up Level 2020, when I created it this year, it was meant to really up level every business owner. In other words, deal with their money stories and whatever drama they're working on and clear those blocks, right? Clear those money blocks and really have a different perception of money. Like, really look at your business in a different way. So, I'm going to bring in Pam, your and this is interesting, okay? Because both of you are in, you attended the Up Level 2020, and I want you to share with the audience why did you attend that to begin with, aside from it was part of a package for you. So, Pam, go ahead and mute yourself. I'm going to bring you on. Hi, Pam.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
So, initially, these two ladies came to me, and they have two separate businesses. So, Venus Beauty and Pam is part of Primerica, right?
Yes.
And then something happened. So share with them what happened in Up Level 2020.
Well, for me, I just needed some change. So I needed to do something. And I know I've met you and we've known each other for quite a while, but I keep going in patterns and circles. So
Right?
finally, I wanted to do it. And I talked to you and said, hey, you know what? You told me if you're going to decide, just decide and do it. Don't keep
Yeah.
going back and forth. So
Uh-huh.
that was one lesson I did, and I go, oh, yeah, let's do it because I need to make some changes, and let's see where it's gonna take me. So that's how I got started.
And the first question, of course, the first objection I have to handle for them is money, right? In any business, even you, Joanne, with the money part, like what was your first reaction when the price was set, right? So, what was your first reaction inside of you?
When you
Like
mean
how did it
when
feel to invest in yourself? Like what was the first thing that your mind told you,
oh yeah. So when I attended that upper level, it was part of the package, right? Might as
right?
well,
It's
yeah.
part of the package.
Part of the package and it's going to go extra. But then when I got in there, I was like, oh, I got really amazed with all their stories, hearing their stories, and they're talking about their 6, 7 figures. Oh my gosh! It's like if they can do it, I can do it too. And I was really eager. But then I did not know how would I start because at that time it's the beginning of pandemic, and most of my products are not selling at all. None of them were that, not even a single cents a day, no sales at all. So I said, you know what?
Right,
If I only be able to come up with one product that would hit the
right,
market, I knew that I'm going to hit my 90-day goal in probably maybe less than 90 days. So I was
so
really encouraged with those stories. But
so the people around you who attended the event allowed you to feel motivated, right? Feel inspired that if they can do it, you can do it too, right? So that's good. So that's a good platform. Now, Pam, what was going through your head when you were in Up Level? Because that was your first Up Level in March.
Well, I think for me, I was a little bit skeptic because I don't know how I was gonna do it. Right? I needed a team in my business,
Mhm.
but seems like we're going in circles. I was doing what I can, but things
Mhm.
weren't happening. So I just needed to do some change, and what I've gotten from it is way more than what I've expected.
Right, right. Because 30 days later, so I remember this, we were going through our group cleaning and coaching call because we have a weekly call. And Pam said, oh, I just realized my ideal client is not who I'm talking to.
Yeah,
That was huge, right? Because a lot of people throw spaghetti on the wall and they just do whatever they want, but then they can't attract the right clients. So obviously, we teach people how to attract,
Correct.
right? Attract the right clients, the right vendors, the right business partners. And so obviously, these two ladies, so initially they had two separate businesses. And then what happened when we start um, teaching you some of the tools in the 90-day success? So something happened. Okay, can you share with me how that evolved?
Okay, because with my business,
Mm-hmm,
I'm one woman band, so I does everything. Like you really piss off with me because you keep on telling me you have to do your old work, you have to do your old work. Because in my mind, I kind of like I'm not that huge company yet that I have to hire these people to pay. Because I
mm-hmm,
mean, like, instead of paying them the amount of money, I'd rather put it into my product. You know what I mean? So my money would would go over. And then this client came up to me and was asking me about this particular item. And I
mm-hmm,
said, you know what? I might be able to come up with that item, but I need the connection. I need help from the other people. I can't do
mm-hmm.
it by myself at this time. So that's
Right.
when I
And I remember I was giving her this because obviously, as a business intuitive, I can see what's going on, right, in the business. And I said, Joanne, you need an organization board because people think that when they're small, like how she was thinking in the beginning, I'm just small, I don't need any departments. But I always tell them if you are paying someone $50 or less per hour, hire that out, delegate that out, right? Because if you don't delegate it, you cannot grow. So a six-figure income, yes, you have to take massive imperfect action. But if you're going and crossing the seven-figure mark, like 1 million and higher, you need to delegate. So if if the long-term goal, right, is you're creating the reason why did we have a business? Because we wanted to have the ability to earn whatever we want in our lives, right? Why? It's not for us only. A lot of the business people that I have met and are in my program, you guys have such heart centered space. Like you just want to help. Actually, if you have probably like $100,000, you're just gonna give majority of it away. I was telling her, right? Because Joanne, you had a goal. Your goal for 90 days. Because in the beginning, she's like, I think 10,000 would work. And then and then everybody else in the group were like, oh, I want to make 1.25 million. And then the other one says 500,000. And then she's like, can you really make that money? So I remember that goal when we were setting and reverse
I
engineering it.
know.
So what was your original 90-day goal on that first up level?
My original 90 goal amount was 10,000. And then he
Right.
said, oh, you can do better than that. You can go bigger. I said, no, but then you told me that it has to be realistic. I said, okay, I'm going to make it 90. I was like, 90, 90, okay, 90,000. 90 days of the 3 months. I had to come up with 10,000 a month. How on earth are you be able to do that?
Yep. Okay, so what do you think was happening in that moment? Because initially you said 10,000 in 90 days, and then somehow as we kept on doing the exercise and everybody else was higher than you changed your number,
Yeah,
right?
so I changed my number to 90 for my 90-day
Okay, so
goal. And
90,000.
then the end of April, I changed it again. I tripled it. I said, you know what? I already hit it. I have to change. I have to triple it.
So within 1 month you got the goal and then you're like, well, how did that happen? I remember you called me and said, how did that happen? What am I gonna do now? My 90-day goal became a 30-day goal. It's like that's easy. Just keep on going.
I know, right? And now it's even higher.
Oh my gosh. So now she's
Millions.
crossing, she's there. She's there. She's in the middle of a transaction crossing a seven-figure mark. So it is so fascinating how the tools, right? So tell me what's different because I think I know Pam, you have you have been in Primerica for a while. You've been trained. You've attended networking events. You've attended trainings. And I don't know if Joanne has attended any business training whatsoever. What's the difference in the program, like the process that I help you move through these blocks, right, than any other program that you have attended?
Well, I think for me, it's the hidden. Once you open up, have an open mind, and you're open to out whatever possibilities are out there, then
Mhm.
things come. So at some point, I was just closed, and I'm like, no, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
But the universe is abundant, so it can give it to you just like that, right?
Yep.
So just being open and just be, I was ready to just accept whatever comes my way, and that's when things start opening up, and when you start to release,
Mhm.
um, things come to you. So
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly,
how it
because you have
works.
more space now, right?
Yes.
So I know the two of you are part of my book launch, which is happening June 11 in Amazon. There's an
Yeah.
ebook that I'm about to release, and I'm excited to tell everyone. It's called Money Blocks: 8 Steps to Get to Six Figures in 90 Days or Less in Any Economy. Because think about this, you guys did this during the pandemic and the lockdown. How crazy is that? So, what were you thinking, Joanne, when you start your numbers, your income started going up?
Yeah,
Did
when
you
I
feel
started,
guilty that other people are suffering financially? Like, what were the emotions and the thoughts coming up in your head? I'll ask the two of you.
yeah, when I hit my 90 day in 1 month, I was like, you know what, this is not, well, I asked for it, but not during this time where everyone, is, in crisis.
Mhm,
Most of the people doesn't have work, doesn't have source of income at all. And here I
yeah,
am and instantly, to
mhm,
get this money from because of those products that I was selling.
right.
So yeah, I was like, am I really on the right path? Am I really doing the right thing? But yeah, no, universe gave it to me, so I'm just taking it all. Like,
Yeah, take it, right? Yeah. And the thing is, you were providing something that people need, right? So the
mhm.
face masks, and share with them your face mask. What was the website that they can actually get your face mask?
Also on my Venus Beauty page, or they can connect with me through email, venusbeauty@yahoo.com, and I'll be able to send them all the pictures of face masks I have on hand. And I also have online platform stores,
Uh huh.
eBay,
Oh,
Shopify.
okay. So you're everywhere. So they can connect with you through that website, venusbuday.com, or on Facebook, and it's the same name, right? Venus Buday.
Yeah.
Then
Mm.
they can get the face masks. Any other products there that people need right now?
Mm. Yeah, I
That's
do
it.
still skincare too. Skincare products, but I mainly a face mask, washable and disposable face mask.
Face
So,
mask. Okay, good. Yeah, and I know I got one of her products. It's really, really nice. The fabric is soft. It's
I know,
breathable.
right? I
Yeah,
have
so
more
it's really good.
coming.
Cool. Okay, so Pam, so what made you start working with Joanne? So remember, you were two different businesses, and then you found a need. Somehow she needs something that you can provide. Share with us how the two of you are working together at this
Well,
time.
well, how we got started first of all was I knew what the challenges she's having in finding a supplier for the mask, and
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, you'll find it. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Let me just call the person I know and see how it goes. But it was
Mm,
in my mind for that whole day. I was trying to just put it on the side, but it keeps coming to me. So I go, you know
okay.
what? I'm just gonna text and see what happens. And that's how we got started. And
So you
then,
took action on the insight that you're getting. That's the
yeah,
difference. There's an insight, the thought doesn't go away, so you finally took an action.
correct.
So then what happened?
Yeah, because when I don't, something else happens, right? So
Exactly.
that's how we got started. And then after that, it was like we talked till like 2 in the morning, trying to figure out, all the different details and process. So it's just an exciting times because we're learning a lot at the same time,
Yep.
and we also feel that but it's just waiting for us. So we have till the end of June, and we're gonna blow up that goal until by the end of June. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So I remember uh, I gave you a question for the universe, right? So I know, Joan, you say this. What are the infinite possibilities? So share with the viewer what you were saying as your own mantra every day to achieve that goal. So what did you
Oh,
say?
oh my
What
God,
question did you
every
ask?
morning, every morning,
Okay, so share with
every morning I have this mantra.
huh?
Yeah, my mantra is what are the infinite possibilities in receiving or achieving that amount? Previously, it was like 10,000, then 100,000, then 1 million US dollars by end of June 2020. With ease,
Awesome.
grace, and flow. Or
With ease, grace, and flow. So
Yeah.
that's a different process, right? Because I think we are programmed to make money the hard way. That's the old system. It's like you gotta have sweat, blood, and tears to make money.
Mm.
And with the process that I have shared with these ladies, they're noticing they actually don't have to do that. They still have to work. It's not like they're not working, right?
Right.
So, is it okay if I share with the viewers the different steps on what are these money blocks? Okay, so how do we actually clear these money blocks? And I'm going to ask the two of you how you applied it in your business. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what's inside this book that you're going to get on June 11 in Amazon, right? Because that day it's pretty much free. And all I ask you to do is do a book review for me in Amazon, especially if you've used the tools and it helped you. Okay. So the number one tool is decide to get fed up with your own emergencies and drama. So, what are your emergencies and drama, Joanne and Pam, in the beginning?
emergency is mostly my family,
Your
family
family.
needs financially. I don't really
Fine.
have drama, this is,
Okay, no drama. Just family always has emergency. How about you,
you know,
Pam? What was your
Same.
emergency or drama?
Likewise, it's the same thing. It's family, and again, it's more towards myself. How can I change,
Mm,
all these patterns or issues that are happening in my life? So that's
okay,
how it started.
awesome. So, step two is be willing to discover and explore what your soul's growth plan is. It's like asking or answering the question, why does money repel me? Does it even come to your head that why does money repel you? And the question is, what's their happiness will index? So that's what's in the book, right? How can you determine, like, how can you create a wheel in your life that actually moves smoothly, that ease, grace, and flow instead of a clunky wheel? So do you notice when your life is imbalanced? So you're like self-sabotaging, you're not really feeling good about your family, or perhaps you have an issue with your husband or your spouse or your business itself, right? So if that's clunky, what happens? Can you really explore your soul's plan with all the baggages?
No,
It kind of like weighs on you, right?
correct.
It's like I'm supposed to get clients, but I'm still fighting with my hubby. So that doesn't work very good, right? So you gotta get the wheel
No,
working.
I find that thing really it makes a big difference or big points when it comes to the sabotage with the husband and wife. Because when both party agrees, it's
Yes.
easy. One flows really, really fast.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Okay. And step three is about focus. So tell me what happened when the two of you started focusing. That's
Things
such a
start to
noble
happen.
word.
Yeah, things start to happen. We're attracting the right clients, and I'm more excited in what I'm doing. So
Mm.
that,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah, I remember Pam would get up and she's like, I don't know why I feel heavy or this part of my body hurts. I remember her when she was saying those words, right? And so when you focus, something changes.
Correct.
Yeah, when you focus, because then you have a mission to accomplish, and you have to do everything to accomplish that goal, that mission. That's how focused you are.
Oh,
Yep.
and I remember Joanne in the beginning said, how can I focus? I have this business, this
I
product,
know,
this product.
I have
I
all
said,
this
Joanne,
distraction, and you told me
yeah,
you have to focus in one thing, but I love making cakes and Okay, you have to delegate that, but I don't know how because I have to train them. Okay, never mind. Leave it at the side.
And it took Joanne a while, right? More than 30 days before she
Oh,
figured out one ideal client. Because she said, no, I have multiple. I have this one and this one and this one. I'm like, okay, so how is that working for you? So tell me the difference when you identified one ideal client. What happened to you? What happened to
I,
your body? What happened to your mind? What happened to your feelings?
honestly, I was like, what is this ideal client she's talking about? You have to set an avatar. Oh, but I'm on online platform. I have hundreds of clients every day.
Yes?
Okay, how can I do that? And then this opportunity knocks in. Oh shoot! So this is what she's talking about. An ideal client that you don't actually have to chase,
Yeah.
to run like a chicken every single day. Like, oh gosh, okay, I got it. So now I'm focused with this ideal client now.
Yeah, so one ideal client allows you to speak to that client when you're marketing, advertising, and you get to know the person inside out, so you know exactly what to provide that client. So that's key, because I was the same way. I was like, I can treat anything. Well, but what is the main problem of the people you're treating? I go, well, it seems like they talk about money problems. So then I noticed, I started really learning that money is in all of the energy boundaries, right? Physical, emotional, relational, and spiritual. So
Yep.
it's in everything. We can't go to church and give our contribution if we don't have any money, right? We can't even drive there and fill up gas. Usually, when couples have money problems, they fight. Yes,
Yeah.
I've been there, so I know how it feels. Emotionally, when you don't have money, like you want something and you can't get it, it
Mm.
doesn't feel good, right? You feel deflated. And physically, you do need it in this world, right? You can't pay for your mortgage, your car, everything. You can't provide for your children if you don't have money. So
Right.
that money thing that we put so many negative connotations, unfortunately, is something that is a basic need in this life. So we
Yep.
cannot push that away, because I always tell my clients, what if money is part of your dream team? Well, how would you treat money, right?
Mm.
How would you treat money? It's going to be different. Okay, so step 4 is identify your genius zone and fun zone. So, Pam, how has that changed your ability to receive money? And you said now that you're moving into this other business,
Mhm.
somehow your Primerica is working. Like, what happened? And she's not even doing the actual recruitment herself. So tell me how this genius zone and fun zone has helped you.
I think just being light and being clear on what you want to do,
Mm,
and just helping, because the insights come in, and I just don't know how they come in, but it's just knocking at your door. It's just there. It's just a matter of, are you going to open it or not? And
mm,
like you said, when you clear up space, of unwanted space, unwanted things, those space have to be filled up. So we need to fill it up with good things, right?
right.
So more positive things.
So, in this business, the two of you, what is your genius zone and what is Joanne's genius zone? Because obviously you're having fun because you're making money, you're helping more people, you're receiving good blessings right at this time. So, what's your genius zone compared to Joanne's in this particular business?
I think for me is, I don't know, there are just downloads of things that comes to mind where sometimes like we get into a hurdle and it's like, okay, we'll hang up, let's ground first, right? And then
Yeah.
we'll come back and say, hey, sis, how about this? And then Joanne just takes it and runs with it. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's all I needed is that. And she just does what she needs to do as well.
Yeah. And then we didn't realize, oh, we have all these connections from no, I didn't really know about it. And then when we talk about, oh, wait, I think I know that. I know someone. Okay.
They
Then we put
even
it
they
together.
even talked about marketing my book to the Philippines with Chris Aquino and
Exactly.
Oprah. Oh my God.
That
They're like,
happened.
we have these connections. So that's really your network, is your net worth. really, like
Mm.
the amount of people that you connect with. And it's fascinating when you know your genius zone. So, like, if we stay in our lanes, right?
Mm.
Like, don't try to overpower and overcome somebody else's job. That won't work very good, right? So Pam stays in your lane. You have the ideas, and then you said Joanne like takes off with it, and she just goes, "Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good." And then suddenly there's a sale. That's so
Yeah.
cool. All right. Step 5 is commit to succeed. Okay. So what's the difference? I remember Pam in the past, I would sell you like one class, right? And then she goes, "Oh no, that's too expensive." So, by the way, never say those words when you say, "Oh, I can't afford it," or "That's too expensive," because what's going to happen is you're digging your own prosperity hole and keeps on getting deeper. And it's interesting because my prices long time ago were so much lower than now, and she decided to invest now. It's very interesting, right? So, Pam, what's the difference between a program that actually holds your hand, because you said this is your goal and we're making you accountable to that goal. See,
Correct.
once you promise something to yourself, you notice that, right? And you don't fulfill your own promise, how
Correct.
does that feel, right? That's true definition of guilt. You set your own standard and suddenly you're like, "Oh no, it's not going to work anyway." That won't work very good if you don't commit to succeed. So what does this commit to succeed mean to you? Like, what, how did this program support that?
Well, for me, I think it's like I said, like being open, right, and releasing some of the things that no longer serves you.
Mhm.
And when that happens, like I know where things are coming from. Like, oh, where's this coming from? You know,
Mhm.
and things just happen. You know,
Yeah,
and it's a matter of just committing and getting it done,
yeah,
and just keep moving.
yeah. So how does it feel though when you actually commit to the goal that you set?
It
Because I
feels good.
right, because I remember now, it's funny, you're telling people about your goal, right? You're just saying, "Oh, I'm going to make that amount in 90 days," to
Correct.
everybody, and
Yeah.
you feel confident about it. It feels good, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It does.
Validated.
By the way, in our culture, the Filipino culture, usually you're not supposed to talk about money, how much you make, like
Yeah.
hide it under the rock, just pretend you don't exist. Just
Yep.
keep on going with life because you're supposed to be humble.
Mhm.
But that's an interesting concept because I think they're just afraid as you become more powerful and seen, what would people do to you? So there's always a fear behind that, right? That idea of, if I tell everybody about how much I make, they might shoot me down, they might kill me, they might rob me, all of those
Yeah.
beliefs.
Sometimes
It,
it does happen.
Yep.
yeah, it's not made of love, but that's out of fear.
Correct.
Unfortunately,
Mhm.
that's out of fear. Okay,
Yep.
so step 6 is about releasing hidden blocks and saboteurs. So, what did you identify for your business and your life as your time thieves and your life suckers? It sucks the life out of you. What are those people, situation, or things that did that to you before you even came here to this program? What robs you of time and what robs you of your life, your energy?
Okay. Before
Mhm.
before ending up selling this washable face mask, I spent like hours and hours and hours sleepless night. I'm awake until 4 a.m. thinking like with only little, profit.
Mhm.
But now that I'm into this business, this washable and disposable, I'm like, gosh, I make 100 folds. Like, compared to one piece of cake that I worked overnight, 3 nights in a row. And oh my
Oh my gosh, a
God,
lot of effort, right? And I remember
like,
when I brought them in Up Level 2020, I showed them I taught them this technique of how to look at the energy from last year, 2019, because that was a lot of effort. It's a lot of lessons we have to learn. And I'm
Correct.
not saying that effort is not a good thing. I'm saying that there's a time and place for effort. Now, when 2020 came in, the beginning of 2020 is really about ease, grace, and flow. So these two ladies don't even understand that concept in the beginning. I was like, what is ease, grace, and flow? What are you talking about? Their whole life, 30, 40 years of that, has been about working hard to get ahead, struggle, sacrifice, right? So it's like you want me to wear what? You want me to do what? You want me to think of what? What? So that took a while because I realized when I was working with not just them, right? Because we have a few other people in the program. Oh my gosh, a lot of energy clearing to just release the old habits, old patterns, and old memories of being.
Correct.
You don't go with the flow, and the energy says, it's kind of like you're supposed to ride an airplane, but then you decided, no, I'm just going to use this carabao. That's how we plow our fields in the Philippines. So the airplane takes off, and the carabao is walking slowly. You see the energy? It's like, I'll get there when I get there. Okay, that's the carabao. And the airplane is like, see you later. Choo! So yeah, that was that. So what was robbing you of your time and your energy or your life in the past?
Well, I think for me, it's well, it's not really I think it was more me, right, on how I'm handling family issues, and at the same time, highly involved with church. So that was taking a lot of my time
Right.
and energy.
Wow. And because you weren't paid in that position, right? That's a
No,
free, it's a volunteer work, right?
correct. Yes,
So somehow your goal and the way you spend your time doesn't quite match,
no,
right? So alignment, when we say alignment, it's about your soul. By the way, your soul is the boss anyway.
correct.
And all our souls want peace, happiness, truth, freedom, abundance, joy. That's all our soul wants. We always want a better version of us every time we're here in a physical
Correct.
body. And the soul, though, tells the heart what to feel. So even if your mind says, I'm supposed to do this, or maybe you were programmed by parents and ancestors or culture to do a certain thing, but your heart saying something else,
Mm,
the heart will always win over the mind. And then the mind tells the body what to do. So heart, so soul, and then heart, and then mind, and then body. That's
right.
the way alignment works. Okay. Now, step 7 is set your new intention. So obviously for these two ladies, they reversed engineered their dream life. So when we first had our up level 2020 dream, I had them do a vision board. And how did it feel to do a vision board anyway? Like that was a year of vision board. And I told them to bring whatever they made, right? Whether it's in the phone, whether it's a board that they created. How did it feel initially when you had your dream board, your vision board, Joanne?
Yeah, you know what? While doing that board, remember I brought that with me with the first time with the clearing. I said,
Hmm.
I'm so excited to show you my board, my dream board.
Yeah,
And then up level, I even brought up with me to that. I put spaces in between because I knew that I would have more to put in there. Since I'm not done with
right,
you yet. I have more to put in there. So like I was trying to, I was thinking that I'm putting myself already on that board, or that I'm on the middle, and that board is already happening. Whatever I put in there,
yeah,
so yeah, I was really positive that those board will happen. You know, but all the pictures
yeah.
are in there.
Yeah, that's why the up level was designed to be every quarter because it's meant to
Mhm.
support people every 90 days. Because sometimes you have a big dream and it feels overwhelming. It's like, am I
Correct.
supposed to climb that mountain? Like, how long is it going to take me? Did I bring enough food and water? Like too much, right? But if we
Correct.
break it down every 90 days, every 3 months, it helps you, like, oh, yeah, I can actually do that. Because then you're just looking at that goal and then the next goal and the next goal. And you can adjust accordingly, right, with everything that's happening. So, how about
Yep.
you, Pam? What did you feel when you first had this dream board?
Well, I think for me, I didn't know how it was gonna happen. And I just realized too that I have so many dreams that I've put on the side, because obviously I do have the money blocks. So, and then after that, I'm like, you know what? Let's give it to the universe. Let's give it to God, and see what happens. I'm just gonna do what I need to do,
Yep.
and let's see what happens. And here it is. It's coming.
Wow. It's exciting for both of
Yes.
you. Okay, and the last but not the least is tithe to yourself and your growth by investing in yourself and structure. So tithing, we're familiar with tithing, right? So some churches, we give 10% of our income, right, to the church. It's a way for us to know that we are helping other people. From all the blessings we're receiving, we're also giving back to the community in many ways.
Yep.
So what happened when you learned about tithing for yourself, right? So you become, because you're the goose that lays the golden egg. So what happens if you don't save for yourself? I don't know. Have you seen something happen? Do you notice the bill keeps on piling up if you just give, and you forget yourself? So do you realize that you have to be part of your business because you're the CEO. You're the one making things happen. Without you, there is no business that gives you money, right?
Correct.
So have you seen the power of investing in yourself? Like, tell me how that has impacted your life. Like,
Oh, definitely, yes. Because if you think about people spending a lot of money on like things like coffee, right? Um, uh,
purse,
yes, exactly.
shoes.
So we forget we're such hard workers where we also need to grow. So you got to invest in yourself for you to in order for you to grow and open up things. You pretty much up level your skills and yourself. So
Yeah.
it sums it up with the program.
That's
Yeah,
good.
and they're not even done yet, right? You guys are graduating on July 10, which is the next up level. And so I asked these two ladies, I said, okay, you guys are done. You know how it works. You know the steps. So I'm going to send them out to the world and let them fly. And then they started talking about moving closer to my house. I'm like, what? Nope, 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 nope. So yeah, what does investing in yourself feel like, Joanne? And I remember Joanne was like, I don't know where I'm gonna get that money. I can't grow this thing, and I'm just one woman show. Remember that conversation? That took a while for her to understand that investing in herself is important.
I know, right? And initially,
You actually did it.
I did, well, not at the moment that I started to work with you, but then I really learned a lot from you. Like you said, that the business is not you. So you actually have to pay yourself. You say, but you know what? I have this money to
Yep.
keep my business going. But
Mhm.
then I realized Vivian is right. I actually have to pay myself, right? I'm not
Yeah.
the money is
Yep.
not going to go through to the business. So
Yep.
after that, when I figure it out, now I have to split it. Honestly, I have to split 50-50. So
Yep.
50 for the business and the business expenses and 50 for myself. And now I have nothing but another, signature for
So I asked the two, I said, are you guys done? After July 10, are you graduating? You're going to leave now, right? And they're both like, no,
we're
no.
gonna pay for the whole year.
Quickly.
I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these. I have developed some raving fans and some loyal clients out of just the 90 days that I had, right? But
Good.
obviously, when you're in my circle, I do take care of you, right? Like,
Yes.
I really do. And with love, right? With
Yes.
caring, even if they're stuck certain weeks, I'm like, oh my God, why is the energy of the group like this? And thank God I can sense that and I can see it and I can help them move past the blocks.
Yep.
That's important, right? We all get stuck. I get stuck. I told you guys last week I was like super tired with all the riots because I was processing.
Mm.
It's normal. I'm also human and I have a physical body that I need to take care of myself as well because that's the only way I can give these ladies my utmost best. I'm just a channel of God, and whatever it is that they want to achieve, and that's important, right? If they didn't know, actually, they didn't know what they wanted. But because of the structure of uplevel2020.com, right? We're doing that in July 10. If you guys want to come in and experience that magic, because it will be a magical day for all of you. And I know that because everybody that went through that program, something happened in their life that their money flow just opened up.
Yep.
I mean, all of the people in the program. That's the good part. That's why there's a limited number of people there. Is because yes, you can read the book Money Blocks, apply it, but I think it's leaning into the community and it's stepping into your own container. I really think that's what it is. It's not about what you think and what you feel, right? It's when you decide, I'm going to make this money, you really have to show up in that energy.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's quite different, right? So Joanne, before when you were working so hard and you're basically making pennies, and you lay your head at night and you're like, I'm tired.
Right? I'm also and then when I felt that, oh my gosh, I only make this much, and I work hard for 1 week for this. Oh my gosh, like it's not worth it. And I don't have time for my daughter. I don't have time for my family.
Yeah, I remember she didn't have time for her daughter and she was baking all day. And she's like, my back hurts. And I'm thinking, of course, you're standing all day and doing all that. So why are you doing that, right? Once they realize their why, I mean, we think that's the thing. If you have a negative belief about money, that it's evil or anything like that, you're never gonna get what you want because you think it's evil. So between love and money, love will always win. That's because that's the program, right? So if you have some kind of unmet need and you want to clear those blocks, the 90-day success program would be a good avenue for that. And obviously, I do, for those people that want to connect with me, I'm going to have them go to overwhelm911.com.
I like that.
You might be overwhelmed, right? You might have issues with money. And if you want to create your own economy, you got to clear your money blocks. Because if your money stories are in the way, I remember this because I met Pam, what, 4 years ago?
More
5 years. It's more than that, right?
Yep.
And I was even telling her, if you do that, well, I don't see any progress there. But she said, no, I know if I just focus on this, her focus and hard work were her main tools in the past. What happened with focus and hard work, Pam?
I don't have to work that hard.
Right, you have a choice. You
Correct.
always have a choice, right? So the more we make money, the more we help people.
Correct.
So you can go to overwhelm911.com for a free call with me for 30 minutes and really figure out if you want to make six figures. Because if you do want to make six figures, there is a way. Okay. Which is you can go to Amazon on June 11, early morning, as early as 3 a.m. Eastern time, and go get money blocks. 8 steps to get to six figures in 90 days or less in any economy. So any last words to share with the viewers, Joanne?
Okay. Mm, for me, the thing that I do every day, I wake up excited every day. I wake up positive. That something new
Mhm.
gonna happen today. I'm already claiming it. Like when you pray, you have to do the thing that it's already an answered prayer. So and more focus, less distraction.
Yep.
Yeah, focus. That's it. And believe in yourself.
Awesome. Okay, how about you, Pam? Any last words for the viewers?
I think be willing to open to changes, right? And just be open, because when you're open, then good energy comes in. And working with Vivian, obviously, with up level, it says it all. It's you're leveling up yourself. So
Right.
That's
just be open for the change, and good things will come in.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. And Congratulations, ladies, for your success and crossing the seven-figure mark. Oh my God, that is so fun. So my next book should be How to Get to Seven Figures. I guess that's gonna. Somebody told me that. I'm like, you got a next book? I thought, okay, I will be just okay with this book for now, for a few years. But then they're like, but I want to know how you get there to the seven-figure mark. Okay, so for now, we'll just go with the money blocks, 8 steps to get to six figures in 90 days or less in any economy. Go to Amazon June 11 and please post a review. I am so grateful for everyone watching the show and thank you so much. Everyone have a great day and I'll see you again next Wednesday at home.